Hello. Today is Monday, April 8th, 2024. This is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And in this area of Kentucky, Lexington, the temperature is currently around 56 degrees after having come through several days with freeze warnings from the AM into the overnight hours, 2 a.m. till 10 a.m. Each day over the weekend. Now, the temperature today will go up to 72 degrees here in Lexington, Kentucky. A mix of sun and clouds, highs in the low 70s and lows in the upper 50s. Rain possible this evening. Don't forget today, April 8th, is Solar Eclipse Day. So if you're in the path of solar totality, don't forget, most importantly, to have the proper glasses to look at the solar eclipse and check your times in your area. And also remember that the times listed are central daytimes. So as it goes across the country, east to west, Eastern Time, Central Time, Mountain Time, and Pacific Time. 4 hours behind us on the East Coast, and in California, we are 4 hours ahead. Pacific, Mountain, Central, and Eastern times zones. So today, sunrise was at 7:11 a.m. Sunset will be at 8:07 p.m. The wind, 8 miles per hour, and the AQI, air quality index, good at 35. As I said, this is a sideshow. I'm Theodore Parker. And if you're watching the sideshow on Facebook and Instagram, don't forget to like, comment, and share. Talk about it on WhatsApp. If you're watching the sideshow on YouTube, like, comment, share, and subscribe. The sideshow coffee cup, 11-ounce black ceramic with white letters for the logo, the sideshow. Good for all beverages, hot and cold. Buy from me for $17 plus shipping and handling. Pay me through Cash App. $ TR Parker 1, the sideshow coffee cup. Something else I'd like to mention or bring to your attention. I get approached without even having to think about it regularly about people who say they have money for me in some form or fashion, and that I have been referring them to my Cash App to just put the money in, and if I see it, then I know they had it and wanted me to have it. But there is an adjustment. Maybe a year or so ago, I had made the audience aware that I also have a PayPal account, and that's at Theodore Parker 902. So I thought I would pass it along that if you feel so inclined to make a donation to support the sideshow, you can do so through my PayPal account, Theodore Parker at Theodore Parker 902 at PayPal. And the amount, is up to you. In matters of this situation, it could be anywhere from $5 to whatever amount you want to donate. That being said, the difference in the accounts is Cash App has a cash limit of $7,500. That's the most they will allow in that account for Cash App, or any account for Cash App. PayPal has no such limit. You can do $10,000 a day, $60,000 a week. And the government usually takes a peep if there's transactions of $10,000. So PayPal does not have those limits and or restrictions as a cash limit to what can be in the account. So, as low as $1 or whatever there may be a fee on some transactions. But as it stands now, if you would like to support the sideshow in a monetary fashion, you're welcome to do so in my PayPal account or at my PayPal account, Theodore Parker at Theodore Parker 902. Appreciate it. So, lead stories today. Monday, April 8th, coming off the weekend. Pollen is high, so excuse me. First off is sports with the NCAA tournament. But here at home in Kentucky, Lexington to be exact, news in the coaching area. John Calipari accepts Arkansas head coaching job. Speculation began to emerge on Sunday night with reports that Arkansas Razorbacks were eyeing Calipari as a candidate to potentially fill their head coaching vacancy after Eric Musselman's recent departure. Things progressed quite quickly throughout the night. Ultimately, ESPN's Pete Thamel reported that Calipari has agreed to a 5-year deal to become the new Razorback head coach. So, there we have it. Comments accordingly on X. But at this point, with John Calipari's decision to go to Razorbacks in Arkansas, is still a member of the SEC. So his record at Kentucky from 2009 to 2024, John Calipari at Kentucky. 2012 national title, 4 Final Fours, 5 30-plus win seasons, 2 38 win seasons, most ever. 38-0 start in 2014-2015. 12 total SEC titles. Founder of the one and done era. Excuse me. Most NBA players produced so far. All right, John, gonna miss you. NCAA tournament over the weekend. South Carolina, Iowa highlights. Gamecocks top Caitlin Clark for national title. I did watch the game, but South Carolina avenged its only loss of last season, beating Iowa 87-75. Sunday afternoon for the Gamecocks' third national championship under Dawn Staley, and topping a perfect 2023-2024 season. This one is extra sweet for Staley and company because a year ago, the Hawkeyes stunned top-seeded South Carolina in the semifinals, dealing the previously undefeated Gamecocks their only loss of the season. With South Carolina's NCAA championship and undefeated season, Coach Dawn Staley earned another 6-figure bonus. The national title gives Staley a $250,000 bonus. Staley will end the season with $680,000 in bonuses in addition to her $3.1 million in basic pay from the school. Go Gamecocks, women's NCAA champions. On to other news. Brazil Supreme Court Justice orders investigation of Elon Musk over fake news and obstruction. Dawn Staley's support of trans athletes' participation in women's sports sparks question from ex-NBA star. So the question, I believe, was if a particular player were to become trans and decide to play, how would that work? Well, I beg to differ. Okay. I don't think, well, it has to do with my overall opinion of homosexuality and transgenders and all the rest of that. But the rules in place for, well, let me say this. If transgenders, and for the most part, it's been males saying they are female, want to play in a female athletic game, I don't think that's fair or right. If transgenders do want to participate in athletics, male or female, and I don't hear so much about female transgenders, period, as opposed to wanting not only to participate in sports, but mostly it's males. So let them have their own league and play each other, rather than for a man who, in physical concept, is naturally more stronger than a female by definition. But in the sports world and in the NCAA or in female competition, transgenders are required to be under whatever the proper wording is it for their transition for 2 years, report two times in 1 year, and then report again before competition on their status. Dawn Staley saying if women are participating in a sport and a transgender female wants to participate in a sport, viewing that as a female, yes. But also you have to keep in context that not just putting it on America, but the world has kind of strayed away from two genders, male and female. So that in itself is going to create a lot of unusual situations that you would not ordinarily have if you just took what nature gives you and works with that. So that's my opinion. And I don't try to hide behind a rock when I say it. It's the same across the board. Let nature have its way. And then Father Time will take over after that. So, Dawn Staley, NCAA Women's National Champion coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks. Ukraine strikes at Russian oil as battlefield desperation mounts. Excuse me. Israel withdraws most offensive troops from Gaza. Hamas, Israel to engage in talks. Suspect arrested in arson attack at Bernie Sanders' office. Kentucky man pleads guilty to faking death to avoid child support. Containers being removed from ship that struck Baltimore Bridge. 20,000 of them. Caitlin Clark reflects on Iowa career. Not a regret in my mind. 10,000 miles and 352 days later, a UK man reaches his goal of running the length of Africa. WWE WrestleMania 40 results. Cody Rhodes finishes the story, ends Roman Reigns' epic run as WWE champion. Powerball winning tickets sold in Oregon for a $1.326 billion jackpot. Speaking of billions of dollars, we know for the past week or so, we have been flooded with news about Sean Diddy Combs and the raid on his two houses and subsequent arrest by FBI and Homeland Security. And names are dropping in the news, which under the term celebrities, but actually it's just three women who are by definition celebrities through entertainment and music, but not other celebrities. And people have waded in with their comments. And I think the most interesting one would be, did he do it? But as in all cases involving matters of the law, investigations are ongoing. But as names and celebrities started dropping, a hint about Jay-Z or 50 Cent's daughter or somebody else until it was actually made public who was involved and named in the investigation involving accusations of sex trafficking and other things. So I was thinking, some of these people I've never seen in the news interacting with Sean Combs. I do remember Jay-Z and Sean Combs and Beyonce being at a billionaire luncheon back a while ago. I'm not exactly sure on the timeline, but I know it was last year. And because they were outside, it had to be either in the spring or the summer. And I would say the spring, because the reason why that particular event, and I've seen people repost video clips of it, stood out in my mind, was because Jay-Z had on a pink suit. And part of the audio of the video clip is somebody says to Jay-Z that his suit is pink. And the humor of it is Jay-Z corrected him as he was getting into the car. He said, it's not pink, it's fuchsia, right? So I laugh because, it is what it is. You know what you know, right? But I actually looked it up, what are some of the other names for the color pink? And it came back. Rose, coral, carnation, blush, pussy, fuchsia. So that's like 6 different shades of pink. So that particular day, Jay-Z made it known that he was wearing fuchsia. And that's how I remember that. That's it. Hashtag